And shaping the future of our community with the 2020 census, officials say it's important to participate to ensure that the state and local government get its fair share of more than $670 billion handed out annually from the federal government. The amount each area gets depends on data collected from the census. And tomorrow, April 1st, Wednesday, is Census Day across the U.S. This is the date in which every home will have an invitation to participate in the population count, which is held every 10 years. And because of the COVID-19 pandemic, the self-response phase has been extended until August 14th. For the first time ever, households can complete the census online. It takes just a few minutes to complete, and your answers, of course, are kept confidential.